Hello, welcome to my channel. Enjoy your viewing and have a good romantic mood. A wedding is always a significant step in every woman's life. The feelings of tension and excitement, mixed with the anticipation of happiness, fill the bride's heart as she stands in front of the mirror in her white dress, inhaling the scent of fresh flowers. But on this day, instead of the anticipation of happiness, I was overcome with a sense of anxiety. "You look stunning, Liza," my friend Marta exclaimed enthusiastically, hugging me. I smiled at her, trying to hide my unease. Something in her voice seemed off to me, but I couldn't pinpoint what it was. Thank you, Marta," I said, adjusting my veil. I tried to ignore my suspicions and focus on the joys of the day. However, something deep inside me hinted that things wouldn't go as planned today. As I approached the hall where the ceremony was supposed to take place, I suddenly stopped. Muffled voices were coming from behind the door. Pressing my ear to the door, I heard the familiar voice of my fiancé, Andre. "Do you really think you can fool her?" The voice of Mikola, an old friend of mine, was full of disbelief. "Liza doesn't care about her father's business. She'll believe any story I tell her," Andre replied arrogantly. My heart pounded harder. I felt my legs give way beneath me. Eavesdropping further, I learned what I feared most. Andre was marrying me solely for my father's business. And he was cheating on me with Marta. Maybe she already suspects something," Mikola continued. "Liza isn't as dumb as you think." "What can she do?" Andre asked mockingly. "She wouldn't dare call off the wedding." These words infuriated me to the core. I felt blood rush to my face. But I knew I had to act quickly. I ran out of the building, trying not to draw attention to myself. Outside, I rushed to the first taxi I saw. The car door opened, and I quickly got into the back seat. "Take me as far away from here as possible, please," I croaked, trying not to cry. The driver turned to me and looked surprised. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Isn't this your wedding?" I nodded, feeling tears well up in my eyes. The driver looked at me carefully, then sighed and started the car. "All right, I'll take you," he said, pressing the gas pedal. We sped through the city streets, and I tried to make sense of everything that had happened. Why did Andre betray me? Why hadn't I noticed his true intentions? My heart was broken, and my mind was filled with questions. After a while, the driver stopped the car near a cafe on the outskirts of the city. He got out and walked around the car to open the door for me. "We're here," he said. "Maybe you should have a coffee and calm down a bit." I got out of the car and smiled at him gratefully. He was tall, with thick dark hair and kind eyes. There was something familiar about his face, but I couldn't remember where I had seen him before. "Thank you," I said. "You really helped me." "Nothing at all," he replied. "I saw you needed to escape from something. By the way, my name is Alexei. I'm not a taxi driver, if you haven't guessed yet." I looked at him in astonishment. "What?" I exclaimed. So you're not a taxi driver?" Alexei smiled. No, I just gave you a ride. But now that we're acquainted, perhaps you can help me too." We sat down at a table in the cafe. Alexei ordered coffee for both of us and began to tell his story. "My parents decided to marry me off to a girl I don't even know," he explained. "They think she's perfect for me, but I can't just agree to marry a stranger." "So, what do you want from me?" I asked, not understanding where he was leading. "I want you to play the role of my fiancé," Alexei said, looking at me seriously. "It will help me convince my parents that I'm already in love with someone, and they'll leave me alone." I looked at him in surprise. "That's insane," I said, shaking my head. "We don't even know each other." But you're an actress, aren't you?" he continued, not taking his eyes off me. "You'll handle this role easily. And it's just for a few days, until my parents give up on their idea." I pondered his proposal. It was incredible, but at the same time, it offered me a chance to escape from my painful reality. Okay, I finally agreed. "I'll play the role of your fiancé." The next day, Alexei brought me to his house. We prepared for the first meeting with his parents. I wore an elegant dress and tried to look my best. "Don't worry, everything will be fine," Alexei reassured me, holding my hand. We entered the living room, where his parents were already waiting for us. Alexei's mother, Natalia, was a charming woman with warm eyes and a friendly smile. His father, Victor, seemed more stern, but still welcomed us with pleasure. This is my fiancée, Liza," Alexei introduced me, holding my hand in his. "We're glad to see you, Liza," Natalia smiled. "Alexei has told us a lot about you." "Thank you," I replied, trying not to show my nervousness. We sat down at the table, and Natalia began to ask me about my life and work. I talked about my acting career, trying to sound as convincing as possible. "You're truly talented," Natalia praised me. "We're very happy that our son found such a wonderful girl." Thank you," I replied, feeling Alexei squeezing my hand under the table. Victor watched us closely but didn't say a word. His gaze was piercing, seeming to penetrate us through and through. I felt that he suspected something, but I couldn't quite understand what it was. After dinner, we went for a walk. Alexei held my hand, and I felt him calming down. "You did great," he praised me, and my parents were impressed. Thank you," I replied. But your father seems suspicious to me. It's like he knows something." Don't worry," Alexei reassured me. He's always like that. The main thing is to keep playing your role and everything will be fine." In the following days, we spent time together, preparing for our fictitious wedding. We talked a lot, laughed, and shared stories about our lives. I learned that Alexei was a doctor, and his work demanded a lot of time and effort. "Why did you agree to help me?" he asked once, looking into my eyes. "Maybe because I needed an escape too," I replied, feeling a connection forming between us. "My story with Andrei and Marta was a real blow to me, and your proposal was kind of a salvation for me." Alexei nodded thoughtfully. "Maybe it was fate for us to meet in this way," he said, softly smiling. With time, I felt like I was starting to understand him better. We became close friends, and I even began to doubt if our meeting was truly coincidental. One evening, we decided to spend time alone, away from the family home. We went for a walk to the park, where we could talk in peace. "Eliza, I want to tell you something," Alexei began, stopping near the fountain. I looked at him, feeling my heart starting to beat faster. What's wrong?" I asked, trying to hide my excitement. At first, I asked you to play the role of my fiancé to avoid an unwanted marriage," he explained. But now I realize that I'm starting to develop real feelings for you." My heart skipped a beat. I felt a wave of emotions swelling in my chest. "Alexei, I started, but he interrupted me. Please, let me finish," he said. "I know you've been through a tough time because of Andrei and Marta, but I want you to know that my feelings for you are real, and I'm ready to fight for your heart." Tears welled up in my eyes. His words were unexpected, but they filled me with hope and warmth. "Alexei," I whispered, approaching him. "I also start to feel something special for you, but I'm afraid of being betrayed again." He hugged me, gently pulling me close. "I promise I'll never betray you," he whispered. "Together, we can overcome all obstacles." His words became a source of support and hope for me. We stood by the fountain, embracing each other, and I felt that our meeting was indeed not coincidental. The date of our fictitious wedding was approaching, and Alexei and I decided to reveal the truth to his parents. We knew it wouldn't be easy, but we felt that we couldn't continue lying. "Mom, Dad, we need to talk," Alexei began when we gathered for dinner. His parents looked at us with astonishment. What's wrong?" Natalia asked, sensing the tension. "We need to confess that our engagement was fictitious," Alexei explained. "Elisa helped me avoid an unwanted marriage. But now we both understand that our feelings for each other have become real." Victor looked at us intently, while Natalia seemed surprised. "Why did you do this?" she asked, not understanding our actions. "We wanted to avoid a forced marriage," Alexei explained. "But now we genuinely love each other and want to be together." Victor sighed and glanced at us. "We understand that you want to be happy," he said. "But you should have been honest from the beginning." "We regret it," I replied. "But now we are ready to be honest and open with you." Natalia smiled and approached us. "We support you," she said. "If your feelings are genuine, we'll be happy to see you together." Our wedding took place a few months later, and this time it was real. Alexei and I stood before the altar, holding hands and looking into each other's eyes. Our hearts were filled with love and hope for a shared future. "I promise to love you and support you through all difficulties," Alexei said, slipping the ring onto my finger. "I promise to be your pillar and faithful friend," I replied, feeling tears of joy welling up in my eyes. We joined our destinies, and I felt it was the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Together, we overcame all obstacles and found true happiness. After the wedding, we decided to spend our honeymoon in a small mountain village. There, amidst nature and tranquility, we could enjoy each other's company and plan our future. "I'm so happy I met you," Alexei said, holding my hand as we sat by the lake. "And I'm happy you came into my life," I replied, embracing him. Our meeting was a real miracle. We watched the sunset and felt our love growing stronger with each passing day. We knew that ahead of us lay new challenges, but together we could overcome anything. Returning to the city after the honeymoon, we began building our life together. Alexei returned to his job as a doctor, and I continued pursuing my acting career. Our days were filled with work, but we always found time for each other. One evening, as we sat at home enjoying dinner, Alexei's phone rang. He picked up the receiver, and his face changed as he heard the voice on the other end of the line. "What's wrong?" I asked, feeling alarmed. It was my mother," Alexei replied, feeling uneasy. "She said something serious happened to my father. We need to go to them immediately." We quickly gathered our things and headed to his parents' house. When we arrived, Victor was lying in bed, his face pale, and his breathing labored. He had a heart attack," Natalia explained, wiping away tears. "The doctor said he needs surgery." Alexei comforted his mother, while I tried to support him. We knew this moment would be a test for us. "I'll be by your side," I whispered to Alexei, holding his hand. "We'll get through this together." The surgery was successful, and Victor gradually recovered. We often visited him in the hospital, supporting Natalia, who never left his bedside. "You're real heroes," Victor said when we came to see him once. "I'm grateful for your support." "We'll always be here for you," Alexei replied, embracing his father. When Victor returned home, we decided to spend more time together. We often gathered as a family, spending evenings in a warm and cozy atmosphere. "Our life has become better because of you," Natalia confessed one evening as we sat at the table. "We're happy to be together," I replied, feeling our family bonds growing stronger. Our life became filled with new challenges and joyful moments. We learned to overcome difficulties and cherish every day spent together. Our love grew stronger, and we knew that together we could overcome anything. With time, I decided to expand my professional horizons. I was invited to audition for a major project, and I felt it could be a significant step in my career. This is a great opportunity for you. Alexei encouraged me. You should give it a try. But I'm afraid, I admitted. What if I can't handle it? You're strong and talented, he reassured me. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself. I went to the audition, feeling supported by Alexei. My confidence grew, and I felt ready for new challenges. The audition went well, and I was cast in the lead role. I knew you would succeed. Alexei exclaimed with joy when I told him the news. Thank you for your support, I replied, embracing him. You've always been there for me, and it helped me achieve success. My career began to flourish, and I received new opportunities for self-realization. Alexei and I supported each other in all endeavors, making our life even more fulfilling and exciting. Our life was filled with joys and challenges, but one day we faced a new trial. Alexei was urgently called to work and had to spend several weeks in a remote area where his help as a doctor was needed. This will be a difficult time, he admitted as we said goodbye at the train station. But I know we'll manage. I'll be waiting for you, I replied, trying to hide the tears. Come back as soon as possible. Days without Alexei were difficult. I missed his presence and support, but I knew he was doing important work. We kept in touch through phone calls and video chats, trying to stay close even from a distance. I miss you so much, he said one evening as we talked on the phone. Your support means everything to me. I miss you too, I replied. But we'll be together soon. This separation is temporary, and we'll get through it. After a few weeks, Alexei returned home. I met him at the train station with a joyful heart and tears in my eyes. We rushed into each other's arms, unable to contain our emotions. I missed you so much, he said, holding me tightly. And I missed you, I replied, pressing against his chest. She never leave me for so long again. We returned home and spent the evening together, sharing news and memories. Alexei told me about his work and how he helped people in a remote area. I shared my successes on set and new plans. I'm proud of you, he said, looking into my eyes. You've achieved so much, and I know there are even greater successes ahead for you. Thank you, I replied, feeling warmth spreading throughout my body. We've achieved this together. Your support has always been important to me. One evening, as we spent a quiet evening at home, Alexei approached me with a serious expression on his face. Eliza, I've wanted to talk about this for a while, he began, sitting down next to me. We've been together for some time now, and I feel it's time to take the next step in our lives. What do you mean? I asked, feeling my heart start to beat faster. I want us to become a real family, he replied, looking into my eyes. I want to have children with you. His words took me by surprise, but they filled me with joy. I felt that we were ready for this step, and our love was strong enough to embrace new challenges. I want that too, I whispered, embracing him. I want to have children with you and create a real family together. We began to plan our future and prepare for the birth of our child. It was a new trial, but we were ready to face it together. Our life was filled with joyful anticipation and plans for the future. Time passed quickly, and the moment came when I felt that the birth of our baby was near. Alexei was by my side, supporting me every step of the way. We looked forward to this day with anticipation and trepidation. Everything will be fine, he reassured me, holding my hand as we drove to the hospital. You're strong, and I'll always be by your side. The birthing process was challenging, But Alexei was there, supporting me and helping me through all the difficulties. When I heard our baby's cry, tears of joy filled my eyes. This is our baby," Alexei whispered, holding our child in his arms. "You did it, Liza. You're a true hero." We named our daughter Anna, and she became a real miracle for us. Our life changed, filled with new joys and challenges. We learned to be parents, supporting each other and cherishing every moment. Anna's birth brought us a lot of joy, but also new challenges. We learned to be parents, supporting each other through it all. Our days were filled with caring for our daughter, but we always found time for ourselves and our love. We'll handle everything," Alexei would say when we faced another sleepless night. "Our love and support will help us get through it all." "I know," I would reply, feeling his words giving me strength. "Together, we'll overcome all the difficulties." We supported each other in all endeavors and challenges. Our life was filled with joys and hardships, but we knew that together we could overcome anything. Our love grew stronger, and we felt that many happy moments lay ahead for us. With time, we began to return to our normal rhythms of life. Alexei immersed himself in his work as a doctor again, and I began preparing for a new project in film. We learned to balance our professional duties with the role of parents. "You're doing great," Alexei would support me when I returned to filming. "You're strong and talented, and I'm proud of you." Thank you," I would reply, feeling his support. "Your belief in me helps me succeed." We found a balance between work and family life, which made us happy. Our days were filled with events and plans, but we always found time for our family. One evening, as we enjoyed a quiet evening at home, the doorbell rang. We exchanged surprised glances, and Alexei went to answer it. Standing at the door was a woman we hadn't seen in many years, Martha. Hello," she said, unsure how to start the conversation. "I know you weren't expecting me, but I had to come." My heart froze when I saw her. Martha, who had once been my best friend and betrayed me with Andrew. I didn't know what to expect from this meeting. What are you doing here?" Alexei asked, standing between us. "I know our relationship has been difficult," she began. But I came to apologize. I understand that I caused you a lot of pain, and I want to make it right." I looked at her, feeling mixed emotions. Her words were unexpected, and I didn't know if I could trust her. "We've been through a lot," I finally said. "And I don't know if I can forgive you." "I understand," Martha replied, lowering her eyes. But I hope I can make amends. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust." Alexei embraced me, sensing my emotions. "We'll give you a chance," he said. "But it won't be easy. You have to prove that you've changed." Martha started coming to us more often, trying to rebuild our friendship. It was difficult, but we decided to give her a chance. Over time, I began to see that she had truly changed. I deeply regret everything that happened, as she confessed one day as we sat in a cafe. I realized that I lost the most important people in my life. It was hard for both of us, I replied, feeling the bitterness of the past beginning to fade. But if you've truly changed, I'm willing to try to start over. Martha began to actively participate in our lives, helping with Anna and supporting us in all our endeavors. She proved that she had indeed changed and was ready to rectify her mistakes. I'm grateful to you for giving me a second chance, as she said one evening when we all gathered at home. You're my family, and I'll do everything not to disappoint you. Our life continued to evolve, and we felt that together we could overcome any difficulties. We supported each other, cherishing every moment spent together. My career in film flourished, and I received new opportunities for self-realization. Alexei continued to work as a doctor, helping people and contributing to the development of medicine. Our daughter Anna grew up healthy and happy, filling our days with joy and laughter. Martha became a true friend and support for us. She proved that she had changed, and we became close again. Our family grew and strengthened, and we knew that many happy moments lay ahead for us. I'm grateful for every day spent with you, I said one evening as we all sat together on the veranda. Our life is filled with love and happiness, and I can't imagine a better future. We've created this happiness together, Alexei replied, embracing me. And we'll always be together, supporting each other and overcoming all challenges. We sat under the starry sky, feeling that our life was filled with meaning and love. We knew that together we could overcome anything, and our future would be even brighter and happier. Thank you for being with us today. I hope that this story has brought you emotions. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss any of our new stories. Thank you for your support. You are the best.